Hey, I'm Meg, and I'm going to show you how to make my pumpkin sundae. The first step in this sundae is to make the spiced pumpkin ice cream. Now in this pot, I already have milk and heavy cream, and to this, I'm going to add dark brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and a pinch of salt. And now I'm going to bring all of this up to a boil. Now that my milk and heavy cream have come to a boil, I'm going to temper it into my egg yolks and sugar. And the reason you want to temper the hot liquid into the yolks is because you don't want scrambled eggs. So I like to get about half of the liquid into the yolks, and once that's all combined, I'm going to put all the liquid back into our pot. Once everything is mixed, I'm going to put the heat back on over a medium flame. And you're going to stir this continuously. This is only going to take about 2 to 4 minutes. You just want to do this to thicken the ice cream base up and to cook the eggs. You'll notice after about 2 minutes, it'll start getting a body to it. And then when it's ready, it'll be nice and thick. If you need some extra reassurance, pick up your spatula, run your finger across it. If it holds a path, like so, you're good to go. Now that we're ready to go, I'm going to take this off the heat. I'm going to pour it through a strainer into a nice clean bowl. And now I'm going to add our pumpkin. I have a cup of pumpkin here. I'm just using canned pumpkin. This is really going to thicken up the base nicely. Gives it a super creamy texture. And to this, I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And it wouldn't be a Megan recipe if there wasn't a little something in it. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon of bourbon. Put how much you want. Measure if you must. Whisk this all together. Now, you need to chill this at least 4 hours, preferably overnight. And while it's coming down to room temperature, I recommend that you stir it occasionally. If you don't have the time to stir it occasionally, I want you to put a piece of plastic wrap over it and press it against the custard so a skin doesn't form. So in this pot, I've already reduced 2 bottles of beer. I used a dark spiced ale. You can use whatever you like. Now once this is reduced down to about a cup, I'm going to add in light brown sugar, and I have 2 tablespoons of butter here. I also added a pinch of salt. You want to stir this in, and once it's all combined, I'm going to bring this back up to a boil, and you want to let it go once it boils. Let it reduce for about 6 to 8 minutes, and it's going to get really thick and syrupy. Now that our mixture is really thick and super bubbly and gooey, I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy cream to this. You want to be careful when you're adding the heavy cream because it's hot and it's going to sputter up at you, so add it in slowly. I'm keeping this over a medium flame. Once it's all in and it settles itself down a little, I'm going to give it a stir. And don't worry if this seizes up a little, it's going to come together. And now that this is in, I'm going to throw in about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to let it come back up to a boil and reduce another 6 to 8 minutes until it gets super thick again. And the great thing about this sauce is you can make this up to a week ahead of time and store it in the fridge. And when you're ready to plate the sundaes, throw it on the stove, warm it up, or just pop it in the microwave and you're good to go. Now I'm going to show you how to make the gingerbread croutons for the sundae. I've had this gingerbread in the freezer because it's much easier to cut when it's frozen. If you have to use it without being able to freeze it, that's fine. Put a little pan spray on your knife and it'll cut nice and easy for you. So I like to cut them into little cubes and just spread them out on a sheet pan. And this is really my favorite part of this whole dessert because who would ever expect that you're going to get a crouton in dessert? It's so cute. So as soon as you get a few of these on. I'm gonna pop them in a 350-degree oven. They're gonna take about 20 minutes, and you're gonna wanna rotate them once halfway through. Now I'm gonna show you how to plate this pumpkin sundae. In this dish, I have 1 scoop of the spiced pumpkin ice cream, and I'm gonna top it with our warm beer caramel sauce. Just give it a good, nice drizzle. And now to finish it off, our gingerbread croutons. And I just think these are so cute. I mean, they're like zhuzhed up sprinkles. You can't go wrong. And there it is, your pumpkin ice cream sundae.